John, let me kick this off with a gut punch. Most people think they're broke because they make bad choices. But what if the reality is they've been set up from the start?
Exactly, Mike. People blame themselves. I just need to budget better. Or, I should have skipped the coffee. But that's a distraction. The deeper truth? The tools we've been told to use, bank accounts, savings plans, credit scores, even budgeting apps, were never designed to help us. They were designed to control us. They weren't built for financial freedom. They were built to keep people obedient inside the system.
That sounds like conspiracy talk, but when you break it down, it's shockingly logical.
Let's take savings accounts. You save your money in a bank that gives you 0.01% interest, while inflation eats 7% of your buying power a year. That's not savings, that's slow-motion robbery in a suit and tie.
And people don't question it, because everyone's doing it. It feels safe.
That's the trap. Comfort. Trust. That's how they keep you broke quietly, systematically, invisibly.
Let's go deeper. Give us names. What tools are we talking about?
Sure. Let's call them out. 1. Credit scores. They're not about your financial health. They're a consumer loyalty rating. They reward you for staying in debt. Pay off a loan early? Your score drops. That's not freedom. That's chains with numbers. 2. 401(k), S, and pension plans. You think you're investing for retirement, but you're locking your money away in a market controlled by people who profit off your delay. You're taxed later, often more, and you're the last to benefit. 3. Buy now, pay later platforms. Dressed up in convenience, but built on behavioral psychology. They train you to impulse buy while harvesting your data to predict and exploit your spending. For budgeting apps, many are owned by banks or data firms. They're not helping you save, they're tracking your financial behavior to sell you more debt or ads.
People will hear this and think, well, what am I supposed to use then? We'll get to that. But first, let's look at how all of this feels to a regular person. We got messages after our last episode, and man, they're heartbreaking. One listener, Rachel, said she's 42, working 2 jobs, using 3 different finance apps, budgeting every dollar, and still feels like she's drowning.
That's not failure. That's a system working exactly as designed. She's doing everything right by the book, and still losing, because the tools aren't the solution. They're the problem.
And the worst part? The guilt. People internalize that failure. They think, I'm just bad with money.
Exactly. It's psychological warfare. They keep you in shame so you won't question the system. So you won't ask, why is the ladder always moving just out of reach?
All right, time to flip the script. Let's talk about real tools. What work for people, not against them.
Here's your freedom kit. 1. Zero-based budgeting. Every dollar gets a job. You take back control from autopilot apps and reconnect with your cash flow. It's powerful. 2. Cash envelopes for high-risk categories. Digital spending is too easy. For things like food, entertainment, or impulse buys, use real cash. It reactivates your awareness. 3. Credit card replacement. Use debit for everything unless it's a strategic points play you fully control. Otherwise, ditch the illusion of free money. For your own financial dashboard, a spreadsheet you control. Not an app that markets to you. Learn the basics. Build a system that reflects your values. 5. Emergency fund in a separate bank, out of sight, out of touch. Harder to dip into. Keeps you stable and unshackled.
This sounds old school, but that's what works. Tech has become the new trick.
Exactly. And when people get back to manual control, they stop being prey. They start building peace.
Let's give people something today. A test. A challenge. Something real.
Here it is. Look at every financial tool you use today. Ask one question. Does this make money for me or for me? If it profits from your debt, your delay, or your data, cut it out. Replace it. You don't need a perfect system. You need an honest one.
Do this for a week. Journal the experience. See how many financial habits are driven by trust in systems that don't deserve it.
And that's how you begin to reclaim control. Not by working harder. By seeing clearly.
You're not bad with money. You're not lazy. You've just been trained to trust the wrong tools.
But now you've seen behind the curtain. And that knowledge is power only if you act on it.
In the next episode, we're going even deeper. They told you saving was smart, but it's making you poor. We'll expose how traditional saving habits are crushing your financial future and what to do instead.
Don't miss it. Subscribe, share this episode, and tell us in the comments. What tools surprised you the most today? Let's keep this conversation going, and let's take our power back.